Hi guys, welcome to Summer Equals IPL, and today we're here to talk about probably one of the most supported teams in the IPL. It's the Chennai Super Kings, and we're here to rank the top three players of CSK's all-time list. Now, there are several players who played for CSK over the years. They've done incredibly well for the side, some legendary names. Of course, CSK have gone for these more experienced players over the last few years. They've got big names, but there are some who've just stood out. They've played for CSK for a long, long time, and they've given the club a lot of success. CSK, I mean, Rashid, how have you like taken to CSK as a franchisee over the years? They won so many times. They've had so many good players. Of course, a legendary captain in MS Dhoni, who's obviously led India to the World Cup title as well.
I mean, for me, CSK is, it's for me, CSK means being relentless, being consistent. They, I think, are the most, dangerous and consistent team in the history of IPL. They've reached the finals the most number of times. They've won the
Yeah,
IPL the second most number of times. I mean, that itself says a lot, right?
I swear, bro. I swear, Adi. They've reached the IPL finals the most number of times of serial winners, and although they've dropped off, it felt like they dropped off in the last couple of years. It just seems like they're storming back this IPL. What do you make of the CSK team?
Yeah, dude. I mean, how much I would I hate CSK. I have to say that
Yeah, I swear.
they've been like one of the best teams. I mean, dude, as an RCB fan, especially, supporting RCB, it's almost like every year, they bashed us. Dude, like actually bashed us almost every year. So yeah, when it comes to CSK, unfortunately, they're like a very good team. They've been a very solid team in the IPL. They won the IPL, the second most number of times. They've been in the finals most of the times. They were in the finals in the first IPL itself. So it shows
Yeah,
that they
bro.
were literally there from day one. And
Yeah,
till, now they're the only team who's been consistent. So yeah, dude, when it comes to CSK, especially when you have, MSD, they're always going to be a very strong team.
yeah. I think Adi's right, dude. They've always been there since day one. First ever IPL final, they were there. I think they made it to the semis in the second as well, if I'm not wrong. And if I'm not wrong, they ended up winning the third. So
Hmm.
they're incredibly hard to keep out. Rishi, but it's very hard to pick the top three players when they've had so many good players over the years. Who have you gone for in your top three? I'm sure I mean, all of us have gone for one name for sure. Which who is I mean, obviously MS Dhoni, Indian captain, CSK legend, Indian legend. Adi, you've gone for Dhoni, right? Obviously,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. It has to be
yeah,
Dhoni.
yeah, yeah. Rishi, Adi. Okay, fine. First, Rishi. Who are your other two names?
It has to be Suresh Raina and Dwayne Bravo for me.
Okay. Interesting choice because, of course, there are a couple of other names in Ravindra Jadeja, Ravichandran Ashwin, the spinners, of course, who played for India as well for such a long time. Adi, who have you gone for?
Dude, that's the thing when I look at CSK, there's so many players to choose from. It's like really tough. But
Yeah,
as Rishi said, Bravo and Raina, they're like two players who've been playing like literally for all years for CSK. They won it all with them. Plus, they've just been incredible in the IPL. So I have to go with that also.
bro, this is actually. I thought there'd be a lot more debate. I genuinely thought nobody would choose Bravo. I thought you guys would go for Jadeja, and I was like, yeah, dude, I'm going to come and make my case for Bravo and leave because I just felt like you guys would have forgotten Bravo. But even I've gone for the same players. I've gone for Dhoni, Bravo, and Raina. But okay, I know we've gone for the same players. Let's just talk about a couple of quick honorable mentions. For me, it's Ravindra Jadeja. I think he's the closest fourth. He's played for CSK for about 13 years now. He has really become one of the most important people to any cricketing side. He's very important to the Indian team. He's very important to CSK. He bowls 4 overs quickly, and he is a lot better with the bat these days than he ever was. I think he's somebody who's contributed a lot to CSK, and he's very important to CSK right now. Rishi, do you agree with my pick, or like, are you going for somebody else?
I would pick Jadeja, to be honest. I mean, to
I went for Jadeja. Da.
yeah, I mean, it has to be Jadeja for me.
Yeah,
But it's based off the single fact that Jadeja is a lot more handy with the bat than Ashwin. To be
uh,
honest, he has been really good with the bat, but that's towards later years. He wasn't
yeah, yeah.
contributing as much with the bat for CSK than for Jadeja.
Who did you think I went with?
I thought you went with Ashwin.
No, no, I went with Jadeja.
It's
Where- Yeah, Adi, what about you?
dude. The thing with, I mean, I feel like if we had to choose, one player, it would be. Well, I actually don't know. It's pretty tough, like they're all almost equal. But just my opinion
Hmm.
has to be Mike. In my opinion, I would take Mike Hussey because of the role he
Mike
played for
Hussey.
CSK. Yeah, I mean, dude,
Okay.
the 2013
That's a
year,
that's
he
a
was
that's a
like
really good
incredible.
shout, to be honest. It's a really good
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
shout.
it
mean,
is. It is. I
I feel
love
like
Mike
his
Hussey.
dude, I just feel like his role that he played for, CSK was more important than Jadeja overall. I feel like the years where they actually went and won the title, like compared to Jadeja, I don't really remember Jadeja, having this performance consistently throughout the season where he was consistent with the bat and ball, at least in one season to, tell that he's been a legend over the years. But like, I feel like Mike Hussey for me, I mean, if it was
Bro,
a fourth,
bro, that's the thing no about Jadeja. Like he'll never be that player who you'll say like, bro, he won the IPL for the team. He'll do his work and he'll go under the radar very easily. Like he'll bowl 4 overs,
The
his economy
the
will be
thing is,
six,
yeah.
and you won't even realize. And he'll pick a couple of wickets in that, and you won't know. And he'll score a good 20, 30 runs with the bat.
The thing is, if he misses out on games, then you see the difference.
Exactly,
Then there's a
exactly,
stark difference because the quick 4 overs,
exactly.
the sharpness in the
Yeah,
field, the utility with the
yeah.
bat, like all that goes the moment he's dropped. So like you see the difference when he's not there more than when he's
dude,
actually
yeah,
playing.
I mean, I get that as, as a player, he is pretty important, but it's the thing is like that impact where, dude, like, he's not had that season in IPL, at least in my opinion, over the years, where like at least 1, 2 seasons where he was like brilliant. I mean, sad for him, that's the nature of his job. He comes
Yeah,
lower
yeah, yeah.
down the
That's the
order.
point.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's like almost like a bittersweet thing for him because like he's been, killed by his own sword because that's the job of what he does. Like you look at, the top players generally they're openers or the star ballers. I
mm.
just feel like dude, like I love Jadeja, like he's one of my favorite players. He's been important for India also. But I
Yeah,
really
yeah,
think for CSK, I mean when that impact come for me, it's always Mike Hussey because I remember how he used to, especially against Hazard, I remember like how he used to belt us against us. And for me, especially like 2013 season, he won the orange cap too. So it's like it showed, and they won this title that year also. It just shows that like he just had that impact for me. Oh, I mean, when we
yeah.
have
I
to
think,
talk about
bro. Yeah,
legends,
but it is really sad that, bro, he'll never be that, you know, that star player because of the nature of his job. It's really sad in many ways, but yeah, you know what? Can't really do much about it. Okay, guys, let's talk about your orders. Any other honorable mentions you guys want to talk about for CSK?
Um, we
honestly,
can
they've
we
had to.
can bring Mike Huss. I
Badri,
mean,
bro,
not Mike Hussey.
Badri.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Okay,
mean, um, what is it?
bro. I
Murli
can't
Vijay, bro. To
remember,
be honest,
bro. Oh, shut up.
earlier
What?
I'm not kidding.
Who?
Earlier in
What
What?
did
Murli
you
Vijay,
say?
he was actually really good. Murli
Who?
Bro,
Vijay.
Murli Vijay. I think Murli Vijay's strike rate playing for India Test cricket was more than CSK strike rate,
Bro,
bro. To be
I
honest.
don't. I feel like Uthappa was played more impactful innings for CSK over
Yes, that's
Okay,
Murli
true.
Vijay.
okay. So to put things into context,
Uh,
Murli Vijay is CSK's fifth top scorer, despite
what?
yeah.
How?
So
How?
so the rankings are
Top
Raina
scorer
Yeah,
fifth,
or
yeah, yeah.
fifth
Raina,
top
Raina.
scorer. Raina, Dhoni,
Uh,
Faf, Mike Hussey, and Murli Vijay.
and then who's sixth?
Wait, it's not here.
I have a feeling the
Uh,
sixth player would be like way off Murli Vijay, which means that they played far lesser games.
bro?
no,
The
That's
thing
it's
probably
is,
why he's there.
Ambati. It's
but
it's
how
it's
many
Ambati
matches is
Raidu.
Murli?
Yeah, so Ambati Raidu has just come into the CSK. I mean, like, always been playing for 3, 4 years. Like, he's just come
But
into the CSK side.
yeah,
Right.
I mean, when you look
So,
at his
yeah,
runs, Murli Vijay has like 2,600 runs in
yeah, that's
like
how much
almost
is the
100
average?
games, 106 games, dude. He scored
That's a
2,000. That's
lot
like
of games.
Oh,
20 runs.
Murli Vijay. No,
Yeah,
he's
his
played
average is
he's
20.
played 89 innings and has had
He's played
2000 scored.
106 innings for
Bro,
CSK
that's
in the
less than a
IPL.
25 average.
Yeah, that is 25 average.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
that's
is
pretty.
25.
I mean, like, you know
I
what?
mean,
It's
that
His
okay.
strike rate is like 120 as an opener, dude. That's
Yeah, I
insane.
mean, Murli Vijay,
Dude,
sorry,
actually, when you look at
not.
that, we can actually take Faf in because he was incredible, dude. For the like
okay.
CSK,
How
they
about
got.
Or
how about
Faf.
how about someone
I mean, not
Ashwin,
as
yeah,
a
like
I
legend.
think.
no, how about
Ashwin, yeah,
someone
for
like
sure.
Matthew Hayden?
Yeah, bro, he played for like 3 years,
Played,
bro.
yeah,
Like,
exactly. He played very less.
yeah,
Like that's a problem.
this,
That dude, that's the thing. Even with
Hmm.
Hussey, like I mean, he didn't play as many games as or seasons as Jadeja. So, dude, that's a tough thing. Like I feel
Fair enough.
like,
Yeah.
especially for Indians, like that easily, getting that so-called legend status for the Indian
Hmm.
clubs over foreigners.
hmm. Okay,
Dude,
anyways, yeah, tell her.
no, that's the thing. I feel like anyone can go as their fourth legend. I mean, do they have like a lot of legends there?
Yeah,
Had a
for
lot of
me, it would be
legends this year.
Jadeja, bro. Like, it has to be Jadeja at four. Jadeja or
Yeah,
Ashwin.
yeah. That's the thing. You
Like,
can't even argue. Like everyone has their
yeah,
own, own stats to back them up.
true. Rishi, what's your order, dude?
Obviously, my favorite captain, Dhoni.
MS goes top spot.
Yes, and then Dwayne Bravo, and then comes Raina.
Adi, I'll
Same
get,
for me.
we'll talk about. Oh, it's the same order.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, same.
Also, we're all
Uh,
saying Raina is number three.
yeah,
So there's nobody going for Raina at number two. Okay, fine. Even I have Raina at number three. But why is there not a shout for Raina at number two in place of Bravo?
dude, that's the thing.
CSK's all-time run getter.
Yeah, true. But you see, Bravo, dude, I just feel like Bravo
His
was
yeah.
also very impactful, dude. Like, especially in the semis, finals, the finals. I just feel like Bravo used to be there in the death overs every time, getting those wickets. And I feel
Yeah,
like he also offers something from the bat. And when I think about Bravo, he's already had like a lot of game-winning clutch moments, especially through his bowling. So I just feel like when it comes to CSK, especially, I feel like he made a name out of CSK more than West Indies team itself. So when I think about that, I just have to go with Bravo over right now.
Rishi, why is there no shout for Raina at two?
So though I mean Bravo was pretty much he came as a tailender, not I mean not a tailender as a finisher,
Yeah,
and he has a strike rate of 137. That's not at all bad. And the best part is that was not even his stronghold. His strength was
yeah,
always bowling. The number of
yeah,
purple caps he's won, the kind of variations he's had, he's always managed to rein in the runs, not just rein in the runs, bring in wickets also. Like his change of
yeah,
pace was, my God, it was so deceiving.
Yeah,
yeah,
slower balls,
Like
dude.
yeah,
yeah,
like
yeah. Sure.
like the very fact that he's not just a finisher, but his bowling was in fact much better, and probably the best one of the best death bowlers in the IPL history. I think that
Yeah,
gives him a decent shout to be the second best.
leading wicket taker in the IPL of all time, of course, is Dwayne Bravo with I think 180 odd wickets, something like that. But
183.
Really? He's the
yeah,
183.
yeah,
leading
yeah.
wicket taker.
He leads wicket taking for all
Oh my God.
everybody in the IPL. I think Chahal follows him. Um, if I'm not wrong, I'm not sure. I'm not too sure, but he is definitely the highest wicket taker of all time. So I don't even think it's that much of a debate between Bravo and Raina because I think Raina as a player was relatively replaceable in a new and upcoming talent. Somebody like Ruturaj Gaikwad has filled in the void that Raina has left. But it's so
Rahul
hard to
Da,
replace Bravo.
Rahul
Yeah.
Da, nicely ignoring my Mumbai legend Lasith Malinga. He's the second highest wicket taker of all
I'm
time.
sorry, 170 something. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Just
yeah, yeah.
because he's
Okay,
Mumbai
fine.
Indians, Rahul's
No,
agenda.
bro. I forgot, bro. I think Chahal is there, bro. He's somewhere in the top three
Chahal
only.
is third. Chahal is third.
Yeah.
That is
So
actually mad.
yeah, exactly, bro. And Bravo, you can have. I don't think CSK. It'll take a long time for them to replace Bravo. You
Oh,
can see
definitely.
the void, bro. You can see the void right now. Like Bravo's
Yeah,
left.
yeah.
Deshpande is bowling the death overs, and he's getting sent. So
Deshpande is coming as impact player and he's getting sent.
yeah, exactly, bro. I don't. Bravo is almost like irreplaceable.
Is good play.
Yeah, dude. And yeah, I think it's easy. Raina, the number three, we've all put him down there. I think Bravo's so good. And like, of course, MS Dhoni will take, most of the credit for all the work that he's put into this CSK side as captain. He's marshaled his troops really well. He bowls the extra spinner when there has to be an extra spinner. He's the thinker. He's the reader of the game. But
He is pretty
I,
much the architect of the side.
yeah, dude. But I feel like Bravo's work is so like it would be so undercredited if there isn't a shout for Bravo to take top spot here.
I mean,
Bro,
really?
he's the leading wicket taker of in the IPL of all time, dude. Like that's insane.
Yeah, but we're talking about
But
CSK legends,
exactly,
and I just feel like dude Dhoni like legit made CSK what they are
bro.
today.
Yeah,
I feel
Dhoni. I
like
mean, CSK is Dhoni.
yeah,
No, no,
exactly.
I
I feel
agree.
like
I agree.
dude the impact Dhoni has got to CSK. I don't think anyone can get it. For example, you take Dhoni out of CSK. I don't think Bravo is going to be 183 wickets taker and he's going to win 4 IPLs. That's the thing. I just feel like without Dhoni, these people won't be getting their flowers. And
No,
I
the
feel
very
like
fact that Dhoni got changed and it was Jadeja who became the captain and things went
yeah, that's
downhill.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that itself says a lot. It's not.
Bro,
It's not easy being Dhoni.
dude, that's the
yeah, I
thing.
agree. I agree. I agree. Like as a captain, 100%, bro. Like Dhoni is by far the best, like in the IPL. But over a period of time, like consistency wise, the impact as a player Dhoni has reduced. And I have
Yeah,
not seen that in Bravo. Bravo every year, bang wickets. Even last year, wickets. It's so hard to keep Bravo out of the game, which is why I feel like there is definitely a shout for Bravo at one.
Fair enough. I mean, I think it has a lot to do with Dhoni being all of our favorite captains and being the Indian captain.
Yeah, I think we all grew up at the point in time when Dhoni was captain and we lifted the World Cup, the
We lifted the
T20
World
World
Cup.
Cup, and to an extent we have that. We have
That
that Dhoni
credibility.
bias. I feel, yeah, like that. Okay, this
dude.
bro, we
Let
won the
me tell
Champions
you,
Trophy under him.
I don't like MSD at all. But
Why,
when it
bro?
comes,
What?
dude, when he's the CSK captain, I'm not, dude. I can't like any player when
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
in
no, I
CSK.
agree. I agree. I understand that. Even I
I just,
understand. Yeah.
dude, I just
Look,
feel like,
even I'm not a CSK fan, but even the last game when Dhoni came to play, I was like, you know what? I just hope he succeeds. Like it
No,
doesn't matter
nah, nah.
what game
Even
it
I'm
is.
not. I didn't want him to succeed
When
and all that.
I
it
need
doesn't
him to
matter
get done.
who he's playing for. When he was playing for Pune, I was like, you know what? I just want Dhoni to play well.
No,
I don't care what
bro,
happens to
no,
the team. The team can go downhill. I want Dhoni to do it.
Dude, the only reason I
no
wanted Pune
ways.
to win that year was because they played Mumbai, right, in the
Yeah,
finals.
they can
I
Mumbai.
just wanted
Yeah,
Mumbai to
yeah,
lose. That's why I was
yeah, yeah.
supporting Pune then. Because I knew they were going to get dissolved in the next 2 years, so no one's going to care about Pune. But
Yeah, I
Mumbai will
swear, I
have that
swear,
title. That's the only
You do
reason I
I
supported
swear.
realize
with Dhoni.
you do realize that would have been worse for teams like Delhi, RCB, and all, no? Like an interim team came and dunked down all these teams.
Bro,
It's
dude,
okay, da.
rather
It's
see
fine,
you
da.
suffer, dude.
Bro, but Dhoni, yeah, that's the thing with for me, dude. Like, yeah, even I, it's not like I want him to do well for CSK. Obviously, he's playing for CSK. I don't like CSK, but bro, like, just in terms of his impact as a player, do you guys not feel like it has diminished over the years? And
Dude,
Bravo's impact has never changed, bro. It has never changed. He's
yeah,
always done the same
That's
job. Well,
dude, like you,
that's I agree with that.
dude, I don't believe that. Bro, when you see the last two innings this year itself in IPL, he just came in the last over, he hit two sixes like it's nothing for him and he just went. Dude, like, Dhoni's always been reliable, especially in the situations where you want him. Over the years, too, whenever you see him, he's always been there. Even for CSK, like last year, he was one who's actually playing for them, and they were pretty bad. I feel like Dhoni's never regressed as a batsman, dude, and
bro,
as
I
a
think
keeper and as a cap.
he's reliable, but I think I've seen him struggle like to an extent.
Yeah, yeah.
He was not
I
obviously
can't remember.
playing
When was the
the
last time
highest
you
of
saw
strike
him
rates.
struggle?
The COVID
Last
IPL,
season,
I remember
Yeah.
COVID.
they
Yeah, last
won.
season he was not that good.
Last
The
season,
COVID IPL,
bro, last season, no one was great for CSK. He was pretty decent.
yeah,
He had an
no,
average
but
of
like
30
I
last
remember the COVID IPL also he wasn't great. Like he was
in
struggling quite a bit
2020.
in UAE. The one in UAE he was struggling. I
They
Yeah,
remember.
came
yeah.
last, right? That-
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
The one which they
um,
won, the year they won.
no, I don't remember which one. I which
Because
the
that's the year he
2020.
looks like he struggled, dude.
Yeah, he struggled. He
I
struggled. I
mean,
think this
but
was
when you
just
look,
after the 50 over World Cup IPL. That IPL.
yeah. I
Okay, I
mean,
think
when you look at him, he comes very deep down, dude. Dude, look at Dhoni now. I feel like CSK have enough batting depth where He doesn't even need to come and bat. He comes like eight and stuff like that. Like you look at CSK's batting over the years, I don't think he's batted enough. But again, when you have that captaincy, bro, when you're the captain and you're winning the IPL with literally old players like Raidu, like I can't help it. I've never seen any other captain win the IPL with an aging
Yeah,
guy who
like
has
from a
CSK.
captain's point of view, what he's done is unmatched. Like I wouldn't imagine anybody else doing it with an age squad and things like that. But if Rishi, are you still convinced that Dhoni stays at one for you?
Yeah,
Okay,
Dude,
Adi, same for you.
call it favoritism,
yeah.
whatever. Dhoni
Bro,
stays
the
at
thing
one.
is, dude, the thing is like basically here, I feel like any CSK fan would also be like MS Dhoni one. The only way we need to talk is like, how do you think Bravo would be one over Dhoni? I feel like
I
that's
told you,
gonna
right?
be
Like
I mean,
consistency
Bravo's
over.
like he's put up good
He
enough
has
pace,
never
man.
dropped. Yeah, I
yeah,
don't
but
think Bravo's ever dropped as a player. And
yeah,
in terms of
like that
loyalty,
Dhoni.
legacy, all of that, Bravo's still with the CSK setup. He's still, working with them. So I think he is a CSK legend, and in his own right,
Yeah.
he is
He
probably the
deserves a
best
good
player.
spot.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, yeah, I mean, best player in terms of, player importance over the years, getting those death over wickets and keeping it low. Yeah, he's been the best bowler, especially. And it's going to be tough to
Mm.
replace Bravo. But don't you think it's going to be equally or if not even more harder when, Dhoni retires and they have to replace him? Do you never know? Because, like,
Yeah, as
when
a
we look at
captain,
that,
yeah. As a captain, yeah. But I feel as a player, Dhoni is replaceable. Honestly,
but don't you think captaincy
Hmm.
is very important? Because as Rishi said, dude,
it
last year,
is. It
like
is.
Jadeja got the captaincy, they literally were
But
struggling last year.
what is or who is a captain without the players? I think the players come first and then the captain. So
Yeah, fair
that's why
enough.
for me it's Bravo. But for is Dhoni still in top spot for you?
For me, yeah, it has to be.
Rishi, same for you, right?
Same for me.
Okay, then for me it is Bravo, but you guys have beaten me. Like you've gotten the majority vote. So we've got Dhoni at top spot. We've got Dwayne Bravo at number two, and we're finishing off with Suresh Raina at number three. There are a couple of honorable mentions: Jadeja, Ashwin Adi mentioned Mike Hussey. So these are some of the best players in our eyes for CSK over these 15 years of the IPL. I hope there'll be a lot more to come. But thanks, guys, for doing this. That was CSK's all-time top three players.